Hi everyone! This video is on the topic of teaching your puppy not to bite your legs or clothing when you're walking around or moving around. And I will link a video in the description below on how to solve unwanted behaviors, so you can watch that if this doesn't make sense. But the important thing is teaching your puppy what you do want him to do. So if you notice that your puppy is going after your clothing obsessively, and it's one of the major problems you're having, I would focus on that as one of the major things that you work on from day one, so that it doesn't become an annoying issue that is hard to get rid of. A lot of people ask, what should I do in the moment that it happens? Now, it's important not to let the behavior get rehearsed in the moment that it's happening, but the really important thing is to train the puppy what to do. So when you notice that the puppy's going after your clothes and you say, oh, this keeps happening, I need to do something about it, then choose a moment, not at that moment, but when the puppy is calm, to work on this behavior. If you try to train through the time when the dog is obsessed with your clothing, you're not going to have as much success as if you say, I need to jot this down and I need to work on it in a training session when the puppy is calm. So I'm using low value kibble. If you have a puppy that's super excited about kibble, I'm going to show you two exercises. This one is with the puppy laying down in a settle, and I'll link a video in the description below on how to train a settle, but low value food will work very well for that. And then the second part of the exercise is where I'm moving and the puppy's moving. So if your puppy wasn't settling, you could work on that exercise first, and then work on the settle as a first step to this exercise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, and as I move, I'm going to mark and reinforce the puppy by dropping a treat calmly between the puppy's paws. So at first it can be very calm, but later on I might move faster to give the puppy the treat. So I'm going to change the camera angle in a second, but right now all I'm going to do is stand up, mark the puppy, good, and then drop the treat. Now this scenario, these pants that I'm wearing, vet tech pants that I like to wear around the house and in the mornings when I train my dogs, they're very flowy, and he likes to go for those instead of my jeans. So one reason he's doing so good is that he's calm right now, but what I'm going to do is take steps, good, and mark as I take the step, good, and feed a treat. Good. So what I'm doing is reinforcing the absence of the behavior that I don't like, and the behavior I do like is him being calm around the stimulus that I don't want him to go after my pants. So the wonderful thing about having the dog settling or sitting is that it's very obvious to see when they're too excited, because they'll get up. So if the dog gets up, you need to slow down the training. You also don't want to make it more and more exciting. So if he's good with one step, then in 2 steps and 3 steps, then running around, you want to keep going back to where it's easy for the puppy, so you don't mess up and the puppy gets overexcited. Good job. So I'm going to take a couple steps. Good. Jiggle the fabric a little bit. Good. Good. When the puppy's doing really well, you can make the distraction, wait a little bit, then mark and feed the treat. Or do the distraction for longer increments. So you might walk a step and mark as you make the first step, but then you might make a couple more steps before marking and reinforcing. To generalize the behavior, I'm going to use a couple different materials that are more flowy and work on the same exercise with the pup. Now, if he started getting overexcited, I'm just going to end the session and then work on it at another time. So first, this shirt can simulate a dress. Good, because I'm not going to wear a dress in this tutorial. I might get someone else to do that. Good. Good. Ooh. And the reason that my puppy is being so good is that I'm making the steps small enough so that he can succeed. I've chosen the correct reinforcement, which is the lower value kibble that he is enjoying. And I've chosen a time of day that he's pretty calm. So he's already enjoyed playing with my other dogs. He had a nap, and now he's kind of just settled and interested enough in the food. Good. Good. This is enough for one training session, and I'm going to show you the next exercise in a little bit when I have some higher value treats and the puppies had a little break. But I'm also going to increase criteria right now to show you what to do if the puppy does get up. So you might have a helper that's a little over enthusiastic. Whoop, and there he gets up. So that was too much. And I'm just going to lure him back into the down position and then go back to making it super easy for him like this. Good job. Awesome. Whoop. Good. Good. Yay, it's all finished. Come on, let's go outside. You need a break to go to the bathroom? Puppy. For this exercise, I like to use the clicker because the puppy is going to be moving with me, and I can mark precisely that moment that the puppy's in the position next to my side, and I can mark the puppy for moving with me. So I actually worked on this exercise for a minute or so yesterday. I've had the puppy for 4 days. Pop-ups. And so to get the puppy in the position, I'm going to drop a treat behind me, and as the puppy catches up, I'm going to mark before he gets to me at first, and then block him from getting ahead of me by feeding him the treat that he wants. So if your puppy was worried about being blocked like that, it probably means that he doesn't want the treat that you're giving him. Good job. So I'm going to mark him moving with me, and I'm also going to mark him standing at my side. So not only are you working on teaching the puppy to walk at your side, but you're also reinforcing that puppy for not biting your pants as you're moving. So I like to use a coffee table or a chair and work first with the dog on the inside, marking and reinforcing for standing at your side. Take a step forwards, mark and reinforce. If the puppy thinks to lay down, you can put a treat out ahead of him to get him up again. So he's looking for those treats. Good job. Then when the puppy's doing really well, you can increase how long you walk, and you can also start hiding where the treat is so that your puppy isn't just staring up at the treats, but he's walking at your side and seeing your legs moving and you there. And that when he looks at that, he's finding it reinforcing to walk at your side without biting. If you just have the treat there in the picture the whole training session, always, when there's no treat, he's going to start biting your legs again. So it's really important to remove the treat from the picture. So he's already had one training session. That's why I can show you this next step. But the first step in the training session that I already did was just marking and reinforcing him for walking at my side like that. So now I can hide my hand behind my back and get that same behavior. Good boy. He almost thought to bite the edge of the table, didn't you? Okay, so that went really well. Now I can work on it with the leash attached to him because he also likes to bite at his leash. Now I'm going to work on the same exercise, but with the leash attached to the puppy. So I've got the clicker and the leash in my right hand to have the puppy on my left side. And I'm going to throw a treat back here, get it, to lure the puppy back. And then as he catches up with me, I can mark and reinforce and play the same game. So by already doing the game, he's going to be less likely to want to bite on the leash. Good job. And at first it can be very simple like this. And then later on it can be more exaggerated where the leash is moving around more like this. Good boy. You can also practice having the puppy follow you where the leash is right in front of his face like that. Because at some point, maybe your puppy will pull and then you'll have to get your puppy back to you. And as you're getting your puppy back to you, the leash is going to be right there in front of his face and he might be a little frustrated because he didn't get to go to say hi to the aggressive dog and he might bite at the leash. So he's just getting used to seeing the leash. I can also practice switching it over to the other side like that. Pop, pop, pop. Good boy. Yeah. And I chose, as I said, I chose the correct time of day that he's not too overexcited by the food. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support my work, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also become a supporting member of channel Kiko Pup by clicking the join button. See you later. Oh, you did so good. You did so good.